Hello everyone, this is Xander Chiron, and I'm here with Steel Division Normandy 44. I can't really say that this is going to be my first impressions of the game because I did play it in the closed beta. I did not go into the open beta because that was a pre-order thing, and I don't believe in pre-order culture whatsoever. I don't subscribe to that, so it's nothing against people who do, but it's not my thing. I prefer to wait. So anyway, on May 23rd, aka yesterday, it came out, full release. And yeah, guess I'll hop right in. I don't know, let's see what the boot camp has for us. Ooh, game tips. All different symbols or whatever. Some different gameplay things, yeah. So it plays fairly similar to Wargame Red Dragon, but not identically. Has some nice refinements, some things that were removed, some things are added. Maybe things that were removed that maybe didn't need to be removed.
Welcome to boot camp, cadet.
Ooh,
I'm your drill sergeant. In this first exercise, I'll instruct you in the ways of issuing basic move orders. But first, in Steel Division, each battle begins with a selection of the units to be deployed during the action, called a battle group. Click Next to compose your battle group. This is your battle group overview. It's composed of 8 unit classes, which we will explore step by step during the boot camp's exercises. Each category contains up to 10 slots in which you will later place a unit's pack. Only the unit's pack selected in your battle group will be available for the mission. For the purpose of this exercise, we've granted you access.
Yeah. So I have infantry.
Welcome to the showroom of the
Airborne
infantry
rifles.
class. It seems like the raw recruits are ready for the exercise. In Steel Division, units are available by pack. Packs are composed of one of several units' cards, which represent the maximum number of deployable units on the field. Notice the available airborne rifles pack. Click on the
terrible
unit
muzzle
pack
display.
and
He's
hover
literally
values
pointing
to
his
obtain
submachine gun right at the back of that guy's
information
head.
about the unit.
Probably should be paying attention to what this guy's saying. Yeah, that's
Right-click
what it
or
has.
drag and drop the available airborne rifles pack
I already
on
did
the
that.
empty slot to be able to deploy
Click,
it on the
drag.
field.
Pretty simple.
Once the airborne rifles pack is in your battle group, click back, then validate to see next how the land lies.
And unlike in Wargame Red Dragon, you have 4 visible weapon slots. In this case, these guys have 2 Thompsons, 9 M1 Garands, 1 M1919A something. Browning M1919A6. It's the one that they basically welded a stock onto because they realized that the thing was pretty useless otherwise in the mobile support role. Anyway, moving on. And the ever-popular M1 bazooka. The actual bazooka. Not just, the generic, I'm just going to call this RPG or anti-tank weapon a bazooka because I don't know otherwise. Anyway, moving on. Validate.
In Steel Division, each battle begins by the deployment phase. Its purpose is to pre-position your units within the blue area, called the deployment.
Yeah,
to
if you've played
position a unit on the deployment zone, click on the requisition menu to deploy
the Wargame series,
then click on the airborne rifles pack and left-click on the deployment. The number on the requisition menu is your given 70 requisition points for the deployment phase.
If you're in the deck builder, this is the area where it shows up the units, I think.
1 card from the pack and 35 requisition points. Once all the unit cards have been deployed on the map, the pack disappears. Infantry units are deployed with a transport already accounted for in the card. The WC-25 truck is an unarmed transport from which the Airborne Rifles Squad disembarks to fight on the battlefield. Vehicles go faster on the road. It is advised to deploy motorized unit on road to quickly reach a strategic position.
On roads, I think would be
You can shift the
better
unit's
grammar.
position by holding down left-click on the unit's tag, or remove it, right-click from the map to place it back to the requisition menu. Click the Launch Battle button once you have completed the deployment.
Yeah, unlike in Wargame Red Dragon, you don't click and drag it to move it, really shift click it. You can still click and drag, it just doesn't seem to be as intuitive as just holding down shift. It's just weird. Like sometimes it seems to work just clicking on it, but other times it doesn't. Anyway, launch battle.
Well done. The battle is launched, and your deployed WC-25 is now under your control.
Crossroads.
Control the camera using the short keys. Direct it using the arrows. Rotate it by pressing the middle mouse button and the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Zoom on a unit tag to trigger the follow camera. Your objective here is simple. You must reach the farm and disembark. Notice on the map the road that goes straight to the farm. The quickest way to complete the objective is to give the order unload at position to issue your first move orders. Left-click on the unit's tag to select the unit. Left-click on the unload at position order and left-click on the map to apply it, or right-click to cancel the order.
Sir!
I forgot that they added
The
unload at
position.
position.
Orders the transport units to take the fastest way using the road network and disembark their passengers at the selected position. Beware, once the unit is disembarked, the transport disappears and cannot be used again.
Yep. That's something they changed from Wargame Red Dragon, is that unarmed transports disappear when they are empty.
Real time. You can also give multiple orders by pressing Shift.
Taxi ready.
A unit can also comply with other move orders. The move order orders the units to take the straightest route to the selected position. The move fast orders a vehicle to take the quickest route, using the road network to the selected position. One transport unit has reached the farm. You can wait for the unload at position order to complete. No sign of enemy units. The farm is secured. Well done, sir. Your airborne rifle squad is now controlling the area.
Objective complete.
Your first success, sir. You've learned how to compose a battle group, to deploy, apply move orders,
I don't know if you guys saw the GM pop up. I don't know if
infantry
this
from
is
their
recording.
transport. Good job.
First one.
Oh hey, I am winner. Basic infantry tactics. Let's hope this doesn't take too long. It's getting late. Even if hidden, a unit will be seen by the enemy as soon as it fires.
The second exercise will be your first contact with an enemy. I will teach you how to deal with the front line, urban cover, and firepower.
I like firepower.
Next to build. We have unlocked 2 unit pack slots. Left-click on a slot to edit the infantry class.
Won't let me do it. There we go.
The airborne M1919 machine gun is now available.
Yes.
It is an infantry team with a medium machine gun. Different units in Steel Division have different equipment. This impacts their requisition points cost, role, and card availability. Learning how to distinguish each pack by hovering over their values is crucial for your success on the field.
You guys find that
Each pack
that seems kind of big compared to the rest of the model?
Points. Here you
Could just
have
be the
2
art style.
activation points maximum at your disposal.
It doesn't seem too bad
Fill your
here.
battle group to spend
Maybe
them
a
all.
little.
Pick the Airborne Rifles pack and the new Airborne M1919 machine gun pack to validate your battle group.
Yeah, it automatically sets the order for units. Unlike in Wargame Red Dragon, where it, well, basically went in, whatever order you put them into, with the exception of recon units for whatever reason, it often swap your, like in the armory and deck builder, it's in whatever order you put in for your recon, but in battle your infantry recon always end up on the left after one of the patches. It's just weird. I think in previous war games you could actually just swap them however you wanted around, but in this one it's organized through whatever method. I don't know how exactly, because I know it automatically organizes it by the phase system in the game, A, B, C, which we'll probably get to later. I think is it alphabetical? Alphabetical? Because M does come before R. I don't know. I have no idea. Validate.
The red front line indicates a perimeter controlled by an enemy. Army intelligence has warned us that at least one enemy unit is holding the farm sector.
Ugh, and the farm? Neutralize the enemy. Kill or capture the enemy
Since your
units.
units are deployed with their transport, you should not expose them that way to enemy fire. Instead, disembark them in the selected area near the farm sector so they can close on the enemy position on
One over
foot.
here.
You can issue your first move orders during the deployment phase. Select the deployed unit and order unload at position and apply it.
Nice.
Keep in
That's
mind that
something I
your
like.
troops will comply with the order only when the battle starts. Click the launch battle button once you have completed your deployment.
I like being able to set orders at the beginning or in the deployment phase. Makes my usual deployment, opening phase mistakes less prevalent. Or hopefully it would. I still find a way to mess up however I can.
Notice that the front line is moving when your troops are advancing. Most of the units in Steel Division influence the front line, so it gives you a feedback on enemy
I think
strength
recon
and
units don't
direction,
influence the front line,
and vice versa.
which helps,
We've
reinforce
arrived.
their sneaky
Disembark your
stuff.
troops here.
Is that a Willys Jeep? That's why it's faster, I think. That disappeared, so who knows? Yeah, that's a Willys Jeep. Anyway,
Loaded, sir.
I think I like the German voice acting more.
Any orders?
Yes. Go
Let's
that
go.
way.
Go, troopers! We're ready, Captain.
They don't seem to walk in an as closely knit group as they do in the
These
previous
farm
war
buildings
games.
appear
Or
empty.
in the war
They
game
can
franchise,
provide
because these are
good
technically
cover for your
different
men.
series.
Move them inside. Notice the mouse's cursor color changing when you hover over map elements. The color indicates the level of protection. Yellow for light cover, and cursor green for heavy cover.
I think if I recall correctly, vehicles can't move through heavy cover.
Need some covering fire? Out there! Shoot first and ask questions later!
It seems like a
Platoon!
terrible policy.
Easy, company!
That's how you get collateral damage. And of course, the machine gunner also has the AT weapons in classic war game tradition. Oh, you should never change. Oh, there's a dude there.
German grenadiers are firing at us. This is the first taste of battle.
Get in the building, please. There we
These
go.
grenadiers are tough guys with their deadly light machine guns. The best way to dislodge them is to meet them with superior firepower from the cover of the farm building. Notice the unit status gauge above the unit tag. It indicates the suppression level of a unit. When it's full, the soldiers are pinned down.
Do you think these guys are just standing out in the open?
Pinned down units can surrender by moving close to them. It's also a good way of neutralizing.
Yeah, so once this guy gets in position, he's going to start opening up. Yep, there's the aiming indicator. So that's reload.
Congratulations, sir.
Airborne ready, sir!
Great job. The enemy unit surrendered. They raised the white flag and will soon leave the battlefield. Well done, sir. The front line is moving and is now overlaying the farm as there are no further enemies there.
Yay. I am winner.
You've learned how to use the basics of the infantry in the front line to use morale and urban cover at your advantage. Good job.
Okay. Need some water. History. Next game. Advanced Infantry Tactics. Oh my. 82nd Airborne. This exercise will focus on supply matters and the effect of a unit of fighting behind enemy lines. You'll be taught capture, supply, encirclement, surrender, airborne, and leader abilities. Nice. Let's get the fighting.
After the successful raid on the farm sector, squads on the field are asking for an ammo resupply.
But expended
During this
indigo.
exercise, I will teach you how to capture an enemy supply unit and how to resupply. Click next to build your battle. Pick all available infantry packs to validate your battle group. As you can see, a new
Leader,
pack of infantry, the
1919,
airborne leader, is
AOB.
available. Notice
Rifless.
the white star on the unit card. This specialty icon indicates a platoon leader who improves the
platoon.
stats of every
Not a
unit
platoon, it's a
nearby
platoon.
and also heavily influences the front line. Most leader squads are small and too lightly equipped to engage the enemy on their own. It is also strongly advised to combine them with regular infantry squads on the field.
I wasn't paying attention to what he said. It could have been important and relevant. Anyways, everybody's reading this right, because airborne and special forces aren't affected by the front line, and therefore they don't get a morale penalty when they're behind enemy lines. Usually, units do, because you know, oh hey, we're behind enemy lines, that's where we kind of journey don't want to be.
We've got intel about unarmed Opel Blitz left in the farm sector. The squads deployed on the field can safely capture it.
Yay.
The road seems clear, so you will exceptionally not deploy any units on the deployment zone, but simply guide the glider rifles and the airborne M1919 machine gun on the field to capture the unarmed enemy unit in the farm sector. Click on the launch battle button.
Here's the glider rifles, so makes them fancy.
To capture an enemy supply unit, first make sure no other enemy
Have your
unit
end
is
and a
nearby.
bar, a
Then
BAR.
simply bring one of your units close to it, and it will automatically switch sides. The Opel Blitz is captured. This is an unarmed supply unit which can replenish any nearby units with ammunition. Capturing... Since the glider rifles and the airborne M1919 machine gun weapons are depleted, you need to bring the squads and the supply unit to a halt together to refill their weapons.
Airborne ready, sir. Set up the nest here.
And that's the replen radius. I think that's the supply amount. But that guy said, no idea what it was though. Bullet supply.
Notice the yellow circle. It represents the supply range for units to get replenished. Now your units are once again ready to kick some ass.
Yes, I like kicking ass. Yes. Yes. Oh.
German troops are flanking us
Oh.
and will soon surround the units in the farm sector. Units are considered surrounded once they cease to be linked to a ground reinforcement route or are not close to a platoon leader. We need to regain control over the map. We have been granted new requisition points and may deploy units from our battle group on the field to neutralize all enemy units.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich. We're ready, Captain.
Machine guns out, and I want the rifles out. Okay. Got some more deployment points.
We have identified an enemy platoon leader, the
Platoon.
Grenadier Fuhrer, along with the Grenadier infantry squads. That's why they have so... If we could neutralize the Grenadier Fuhrer squad, its influence over both the front line and the Grenadier squad will lessen and eventually collapse.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
Jeep.
We need to break the surrounded units' encirclement. Luckily, the airborne units are used to being surrounded, so they retain their influence on the front line the same way as platoon. On the other hand, a non-airborne or non-leader unit, such as the glider rifles, once surrounded, loses its capacity to hold.
Alright, so glider rifles aren't considered airborne, these guys are.
This machine kills fascists.
That's nice to know. Killing fascists is an admirable trait. So these guys are getting pushed, these guys aren't, because yeah, these guys aren't considered airborne.
Yes, sir.
Unload.
This is where you get...
You have deployed your airborne... Once your soldier...
Attack move!
An enemy squad is pinned down and cannot move. It's a perfect opportunity to
I'm not
force
forcing
its
that guy to surrender.
Make sure the unit is isolated to bring one of your own nearby. To force a unit to surrender, it needs to be covered by the opponent front line, suppressed, and with no ally unit close by. Once a unit surrenders, it leaves the battlefield raising a white flag.
These guys actually rendered in the building, or is it just like war game where they're just bullets flying out of the building? Looks like it's just war game style. Yeah, I got my squad leader head, which is where I probably didn't want him to be.
What a hell of a way to die. Everyone fights.
Nobody
No
quits.
one quits.
don't do your job, I will kill you myself. Or I will shoot you myself. Is that what he says? I can't remember.
We're ready, Captain.
Let's bound these guys forward. And once these guys are on the line, I can get these guys forward. Oh, they're dead. These guys have range on them. Line of sight indicator. It's a hoot. I wish they had this in Wargame Red Dragon. Alright, and we can get forward. Guy's pinned, getting shot to hell. Wait, is that a 7th man or 7 strength MG team?
Damn, this thing is heavy.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There. What was these guys have? Thompson, 2 Thompson, and 1 Grand.
At your orders.
Great job. The enemy squad surrendered. They raised the white flag and will soon leave the battlefield. Good job. One enemy squad has been neutralized. You're beginning to slightly regain control over the map. Continue to deploy units on the field to swiftly get rid of the remaining enemies.
Oh hey, I got more dudes. Actually, other way around. Rifle. AB. And there you go. The tilde key, or whatever it's called, opens up your deployment menu. That is escape. That opens up the game menu.
Gory, gory, what a hell of a way to die.
Can you say something else, please?
Yes, sir.
I
The
got something
surrounding
else.
units are saved. Great job. You have successfully rallied them. Well done, sir. You have reclaimed control over the map.
Yay.
You have successfully put into practice the capture of an enemy supply unit, the resupply of your troops, and regain control of the map.
Honestly, probably still gonna wind up blowing up enemy supplies. Oh, sneezing. Expert infantry tactics. Press C to display the line of sight from the position of your cursor. Nice.
During this exercise, you'll have to deal with an unknown situation, and you're being granted access to the artillery and support classes.
Yes.
Click Next to compose your battle group. 1 unit's pack slots is available in the unlock. Pick the usual airborne rifles card for your. The unarmed Jeep supply is now available. Pick it for your battle group. The airborne mortar 60mm is now available. It is a weapon team armed with a single 60mm mortar which shoots an indirect fire at position from a distance. Pick it for your battle group.
Awkward line, dialogue, voiceover, everything that we're listening to with that guy speaking.
Make good use of what you've learned so far, and inspect the farm area with your airborne rifles squad section.
Okay.
Cherry awaits, sir. I'll get you there as soon as possible.
Right, Hansen, let's go. WC-25. Speed, 23 kilometers off-road, 73 kilometers an hour on-road. Well, that's nice. Nice big map that they have here. It's the Omaha Beach map or whatever. Can't remember which map, or don't know what map this is. I didn't really pay attention to what the maps were. I didn't really watch a lot of the open beta gameplay that was on YouTube. Oh, that's...
Enemies nearby.
God damn it, it's an MG-42.
darn.
Since that machine gun is quite well protected inside that building, our boys stand no chance to fight back. Make them retreat in order to plan a better approach.
Alright.
Let's liberate some ladies.
That sounds very suspicious.
Now, sir, you have three options. The first one, the safest but most time-consuming, consists of using mortar cheese. The second option, the quickest, consists of using the smoke-on-position order of your mortar team to cut the line of sight of the MG. The third option, the most dangerous one, consists of flanking.
Oh, what do I have to work with? I have more rifles.
An Allied Scouts unit has just arrived to keep an eye on the MG-42.
That's handy.
Mortar team incoming. It is safe to keep them away from the MG-42 as they cannot directly attack an enemy. Instead, you need to take advantage of the mortar's long-range curved shot and disembark the gunners in a safe place.
Transport. Ready with supplies. Let's
I
go.
could just sit over there. Alright, Taylor Hall, keep an eye on those dudes.
To use an artillery unit, you need to manually use the
Guns primed and ready. We're paratroopers. We're supposed to be surrounded.
That's nice to know.
Platoon formed and ready.
Well, I'm trying to get that guy.
Waiting for fire coordinates.
Oh god. Anyway, so T is fire on position.
10 degrees up. Fire.
And then... move.
Moving on to new firing position.
fire in the hole. Enjoy the show.
Platoon, easy company.
Move these guys
Let's
up.
go.
Drop some HE on them, and then I'm gonna lay some smoke.
Enemy nearby. Protect the gun. For God's sake. Go.
Your unit is under heavy stress. They are pinned and are laying down to gain protection, but at the price. Use the fallback order to force a.
Alright, you guys stop there.
Hold position. At your order.
In fallback stance, the squad will automatically run back to a safe position. During that time, it's impossible for you to give any other order.
Oh, those guys are pinned down now due to my generous use of HE. That's not particularly accurate.
Yes, sir.
I shouldn't have ordered those guys to fall back. Anyway, you guys move up.
At your orders.
There we go. That was a nice heavy wall.
Ready to pound them, sir.
Also, like you have individual high explosive and smoke, I do believe. Like ammunition amounts. And these guys are just being automatically supplied from the Jeep.
Yes, sir. Lipton, Malarkey, come with me.
Yeah, Lipton Malarkey, go with that guy.
Yes, sir.
That frame rate dropped looking at the smoke. I think I need to mess around with my settings. It's not seem to be as well optimized as
Enemy
War
nearby.
Game
Protect the gun.
Red Dragon. I think I'm winning this fight.
Well done, sir. The MG-42 has been cut to pieces.
Yay.
You have successfully put into practice the combination of infantry and artillery units to regain advantage on the field.
That's good to know. Alright. Press shift to display units ongoing orders. That's good to know. Recon and line of sight. The most important thing in Wargame Red Dragon. Let's see how important it is in this. Probably still very important. You can't kill what you can't see.
In this exercise, you will help an allied tank progress through the map by being its eyes. You're being granted access to the Recon Class. Click Next to compose your battle group. 1 unit's pack slots is available in the As you can guess, a recon unit possesses a certain ability to spot and identify the enemy's position. But it has a cost. Scout are usually a very weak unit, so you cannot allow them to engage in battle.
Only under dire circumstances.
Enemies are hiding somewhere near the central road. Tanks have very poor optics, so they can easily be ambushed. You will need to spot enemy positions on a parallel road with your scout. Once your unit has located an enemy, that good old M4A1 with its firepower will automatically neutralize it.
Yay.
Position your
Hit
men on
I
the
for the
deployment
infantry
zone.
card.
Click on the launch battle button when it's
Hoover.
done, and rally your squad at the recon site on the parallel road.
Think I'm gonna help Hoover clean up the enemy?
Carried away, sir.
If anybody actually still refers to vacuum cleaners as Hoovers. You know, unless you actually have a Hoover brand vacuum cleaner, I guess. Anyway, there you go. And gives me our info card. I think that they made the tank shoot too slowly in the game, but I don't know.
The front line is pretty close. You should always consider dismounting your troops before entering enemy territory. As you can see, recon units don't influence the front line, so they're able to sneak up quietly into enemy territory.
Which means to all the people who are bitching about the units of you being able to see the front line being affected no matter what. If you want to be sneaky, use your sneaky units. Otherwise, you're not being sneaky.
Enemies identified. It's an MG-42. This one was pretty close to the tank. Let the tank get rid of it. It is impervious to MG fire. Unlike your infantry, as you well know.
I need to match those sound effects up a little bit better. Spend. If I recall correctly, the longer your units fire at a target, the more accurate they get. Or something like that. I can't remember all the different shenanigans. You can read it on the manual. I haven't done that yet, though. Go here. I don't have landscape from here. Well, I like how it snaps onto units. You put your cursor, it snaps onto them. That's handy.
Okay, 2 more enemy units are hiding somewhere else.
I'll go hide in the
Progress
buildings.
within the hedgerow to conceal yourself. If you hover over elements of the map, it will provide you with information on their level of protection and concealment. Yellow for light cover, green for heavy cover.
And if your
While
unit
your
card's
unit
flashing,
is
means they're in
advancing, you can see the line of sight of your unit or the enemy's one by pressing the short key. Roger.
And since they're, as you see their icons flashing, that means they're in cover, or they were. They're no longer in the hedgerow, so they're no longer in cover.
MG-42 identified.
Oh, this is close range, this should be good, because these units also get more accurate as they get closer. I also like how they modeled coaxial machine guns in this game. Okay, there's some odd scaling going on with that tank. Not to mention there's some odd frame rates going on in this menu. Gameplay. Interface. Unit scaling. Let's try small. Or no unit scaling. There we go. I just like, I like the classic war game where all you're doing is staring at the unit card, not the unit itself. Back in my day, if you wanted to look at a unit, you had to get right up close to it. You couldn't see the rest of the battle.
Waiting for orders. One enemy left. Keep quiet.
No. Hand me the binoculars, Private.
Yeah, Private, give him the binoculars. You're not doing a very good job of this whole scout thing if you're just hogging the binos. Like, that's just very rude of you. I probably could have moved up through there. Oh well, I guess this is how I die. Or how Montgomery dies.
I have nothing else planned for this afternoon.
That's good, because you're probably going to die. That's actually probably handy for scouts, so they won't shoot until, you know, they've been spotted.
MT-42 identified in the farm sector.
I like how they have the tracers bouncing just like in Morgan. It's a nice little effect. But it seems to just look kind of off in this game. I don't know. I think the art style for this, I don't necessarily want to say cartoony, it's just different. I think that's what I would go for. Also, I don't really like the scale of this Steel Division compared to you know, Wargame. I much prefer the full-on, you know, battalion scale of Wargame where you have to control a fair number of units. I find in this game you just don't control that many. You know, seems a bit more of a tighter focus than Wargame, but that has its merits.
Well done, there we go. There's no longer any sign of an enemy presence.
That's good.
You've understood the value of reconnaissance units on the battlefield and have mastered their use.
Supposedly.
Good job.
Oh, bumping the microphone. Or my static guard on my microphone. Same thing, basically. Which reminds me, I've been sitting really far away from my microphone, so I probably don't sound very clear in this video. Or as clear as normal. Armor tactics. I like tanks. You guys probably like tanks. Tanks are great. Probably should have read what this thing will be covering, but who cares? Always remember to keep your units supplied with ammunitions, especially heavy artillery.
In this exercise, you will control several types of tanks. You are being granted access to the tank and anti-tank classes of the battle group.
Nice.
Click Next to unit pack slots are available in the tank. Tanks are powerful units, able to engage every type of
anti-tank.
Anti-tank units come in various calibers, hence efficiency, but are all dedicated to neutralizing enemy armors.
I always like the look of this thing. It's like
profile and easy to conceal to ambush enemy armors, while self-propelled ones trade concealment for mobility and some level of protection. M10A1 destroyers are armored in self-propelled anti-tank units. They are vulnerable. Tanks are powerful units, able to engage every type of ground unit.
Yeah, M10A1's a little faster. Has slightly better optics. Worse armor though.
Of their weapons. Anti-tank units come in various calibers.
Validate. I'm sure to people who are absolutely new to Steel Division, this probably isn't very helpful because I'm just, you know, blitzing through the tutorial without really paying attention to what he's saying. My armors. Did they Google Translate this? Because that would seem like a very Eugen thing to do. Incorrect position, correct position. I probably should put that on a road. There we go. So basically you're going to be doing the reverse of
Red 6, mounted up.
Red October standing by.
Where's the camel?
Enemy identified. It's a Panzer II Lux.
Ah, not
That
Sidox.
Panzer II is a lightly armored tank designed for mobility. Light tanks are often very fast and position your M4A1 medium tank at range to get rid of it swiftly. Notice the AP value of your main gun against the Panzer II armor. Good job. Panzer II looks neutralized.
I heard there were tigers in this area.
Oh, there's no Tigers. You're American. You guys barely had to deal with Tigers. There's the British and the Canadians and other people in the British Second Army who had to deal with all the Tigers and other German tanks. Patton's overrated.
Enemy identified. It is a Panzer IV-G. That Panzer is a tough guy. It's a medium tank similar to our M4A1, but it's armed with an extreme... We'll need backup to turn that situation to our advantage.
I hear you.
Stop.
Loud and clear.
Command tank works as platoon leader. Bring it close to your deployed
Command tank
to
works as
improve its
platoon
stats.
leader. That's just such a bad voiceover. Can I see the stats on this guy? There we go. So its armor is absolute pants, but its gun's pretty punchy gun.
Yes, sir.
Just have to click on it to show me. Is it gonna have an HE value? Yep, 5. What's the HE value on this guy? 4. Makes sense, because the high velocity German guns had a not particularly good HE round.
Watch for ambushes.
And that was one of the advantages of the M4, is that the 75mm gun on it is not a low velocity gun, but wasn't necessarily a high velocity. You know, it's a medium velocity gun, you could say. Oh, that's
Armor ready. Roger. Search and destroy.
I have no line of sight. Let's go this way before I lose my command tank to a lucky shot. There we go. Stop there. Ooh, shooter knocked out. That's good. Oop, falling back. There we go.
The enemy tank took too much stress and fallback. It will run back to a safe position. Use the hunt order to pursue him and neutralize it.
He calls it the hunt order. I call it attack.
Good job. Panzer IV-G neutralized.
Attack to position, or attack move. I do believe is the classic RTS term for it.
At your orders. I heard there were Tigers in this area. This is a story you will tell.
Last enemy identified. It is a Stug 3G. As you can guess from the 2 stars under its tag, this one is a battle-hardened veteran.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate that text there. Neutralize the experimented tank destroyer. I think they wanted to say experienced, but they ballsed up their translation because Eugen is French. And sometimes their English translations and translations to other language doesn't quite work out for
No
them.
need to try to attack it with the M4A1. Let's bring in the M10A1 destroyer.
Okay.
Radio check, Red 1 through 6. Over.
Now, place the M10A1 in range. You can bring the command M4A1 close to it to increase its precision. You can also try to use the other M4A1 tank to flank the Stug 3G. This Stug 3G has no turret, so if...
Basically, it's the same gun as the
Red 6, mounted up. If you see a crowd, blow them away. Looking for a prey. Going there. Looking for a prey.
looking for a prey, not a target. He's a hunter. We are Jägpanzer, and we hate you. That's a good position for my command tank because it's just out of line of sight of the Stuke by the looks of it. Yep. Oh hey, I'm in range.
We're moving.
Good job.
Oh, this guy's taking fire.
3G neutralized.
That's one way of going about things, I
Well
guess.
done, sir. The enemy's presence has been eradicated.
Best job I've ever had.
You've understood the use
My
of
God,
armored
the movie
units in
references.
combat. You are now ready to deal massive
I don't even know
damage
if
to the German
the-
pride. Great job.
Whatchamacallit, the Steam achievement overlay shows up in the video, but yeah, they keep popping up and they keep being movie references, and this one was best job I ever had, which is, you know, reference to Fury, starring Tiger 131.